YouTube limits my account in the first 10 seconds of a video if I curse, so I can't help you until after then. Because health and fitness is an industry that's worth well over 100 billion a year. Most people don't give you the answers you're looking for free. But I'm someone who used to be in your exact same situation, was overweight, hadn't a fucking clue how to lose it, only that I had someone like my brother to help me along the way. And so when I was out on my daily walk, I thought, what the can I do to help? And so I decided to compile a list of the things that I've done over the last couple of years that have helped me lose and keep it off. Simple things, not shit things that involve you cutting out everything out of your diet that you enjoy, like carbohydrates, sugar, sweets, or crisps. This isn't going to be some wishy-washy bullshit that's going to leave you more confused after the video than before you decided to watch the fucking thing. Ugh. Jesus, I'm out of breath walking. And look, most of you sound cunts that watch my videos know what a calorie deficit is. I'm not going to keep it to that basic shit either. Matter of fact, if you follow the steps in this video, I guarantee you can even lose weight without counting your calories. And the first thing I want you to do is stop being in a rush. Because let's be real for a second, most of you guys want to lose fat and you don't want to just lose it to put it all back on, because that feels like an absolute kick in the bollock. You want to lose it, and you want to lose it for the rest of your life. And for most people that are watching this video, you've 30 to 60 years left. So understand that anything that you're trying to do now, you have to keep up for 30 to 60 years. And tell me one cunt on planet Earth who's going to be able to avoid carbs for that length of time. Actually, don't tell me, because he's probably a miserable. And I always like to follow the rule, there's no point being skinny if you're miserable. And so what the science actually shows is that if we focus on adding things in instead of cutting them out, we'll keep it up for longer. And so by adding things in, I mean fruit and veg, maybe to a couple of meals throughout the day, or even something as simple as a fucking walk. But what is important to also know is that there's no point adding in shit that you don't enjoy doing. Even if that's lifting weights, going to the gym, or even a certain fruit or fucking vegetable that everyone tells you to eat. If you don't like it, you're not going to keep it up. So the thing is to find meals and exercises that you actually enjoy. And if you're sat here watching this video and you say you don't enjoy any exercise, one, you either haven't tried enough, and two, sometimes the enjoyment comes after the exercise. You don't have to fucking sprint, you don't have to run, you just have to do something, even if that something is you dancing around your kitchen like a mad cunt. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh Oisín, this is way too simple, this isn't going to work. And that's why most people don't succeed. They think fat loss has to be absolutely impossible and feel like a kick in the balls. Matter of fact, it's an accumulation of the small simple things throughout life that are going to add up to you massively changing it around. Whether that be in life, whether that be with losing fat, with business, or whatever the you put your mind to. It's the small steps that are going to change you. And look, you're going to cut plenty of times along the way, whether that be overeating, maybe gaining a pound or two here or there. And the thing is, I do it all the time, you just don't see it. Because social media is a highlight reel, and normally it's filled with cunts that make you feel like shit, so you'll buy their program. But for me, the reason I started this whole channel was to help at least one person in the exact same situation I was in, and avoid doing the shit that I used to see people do online that absolutely drove me up the wall. So when it comes to facing tough times or maybe going off track with regards to your goals, the first thing I want you to do is to focus on what's the next best step. The next best step. So say for example you had something that I like to call as a snacksident, had a fuck ton of chocolate, maybe even a takeaway. I want you to ask yourself, what's the next best thing? And that might be even just sitting down and having a glass of water afterwards, or deciding to get up off your arse and go out for a walk. Not for the fact that it's going to burn calories or make you lose fat, but just because it's going to make you feel better. And I think people get so caught up in stones, pounds and kilos that they forget the whole reason most of us started this journey was to feel better in ourselves. A matter of fact, when you focus more on feeling better, because most of us actually turn to food and overeat because we're not feeling great in ourselves, you actually lose more weight instead of focusing on the piece of metal on your bathroom floor that spits out bullshit numbers that have no reflection on who you are as a person, your self-worth, or what you're capable of. And I know some of you might be sat here thinking like, oh, this amount of weight that I have to lose isn't possible. If I can do it, I used to class myself as the laziest bastard in the room. Used to think to myself that there was actually something wrong with me and that I was just destined to be fat forever. And fuck, look how that has changed. After this video, I want you to do a couple of things. One is never finish a day without taking one step forward towards your goal. Even if that thing is something as simple as just drinking a glass of water before going to bed. Every single day, finish with 1 point on the board. I want you to stop overcomplicating everything and make it as simple as possible. Try eat a piece of protein with every single meal. Eat slightly more veg. Make sure you're having at least 3 meals per day. And look, if you're not having at least 1 piece of fruit per day, please sort that shit out. If you're struggling with motivation to exercise or move around, just do 5 minutes. Because anything is better than nothing. Eventually those anythings will build up into something massive. And those nothings will build up to you being in the exact same position next year as you are this year. And so just before I go to V-Shred, take this. And if you took anything from this video, I'd appreciate if you left me a comment, let me know if you enjoyed it, and maybe even fucking subscribe, so that when you see my fat head pop up on your YouTube, you get the reminder to keep on fucking going.